CAT 2001. Very, very easy questions in CAT 2001. CAT 2001. Directions are same, sir. There is no difference in the direction from the previous year paper. Please hear. 26th question. What are the values of M and N? Values of M and N. Statement 1. N is an even integer. M is an odd integer. M is an odd integer. M is greater than N. Can you find out the values? Definitely you cannot find the values uniquely. Statement 2 alone. M into N is 30. M into N is 30. Here you can have multiple cases. 1 into 30, 2 into 15, 3 into 10. Like that you have so many cases. M and N will not give a unique answer. If I combine both the statements, combining both the statements, product is 30. Product is 30. N and M are even and odd integers and M is greater than N. Here 1 into 30, 2 into 15, 3 into 10, 5 into 6, 6 into 5, 10 into 3, 15 into 2, 30 into 1. These are the cases. M should be greater than N. In all these cases M is not greater than N. In these 4 cases M is greater than N. Again the other condition is M should be an odd number. M is not odd. M is not odd. M is not odd. Only case is 15 and 2. After combining you are getting a unique value of M and N. Option 2001 was very, very easy with respect to data sufficiency.
Sir, minus 3 into 10.
You take anything. What they are telling? Minus 3 into
10. Minus 10.
Minus 10. That's what you should tell. Minus 3 into minus 10. Minus 3 into minus 10 you are taking. If I take minus 3 and minus 10, minus 3 is it is odd. Okay. Minus 3 is odd. Minus 10 is even.
M should be greater than
M should be greater than minus 3 is greater than minus 10, right?
Yeah.
That is what he is telling. Okay. So nothing as positive mentioned.
What are the values of M and N? So if we get multiple values also.
Multiple values means answer is cannot be determined, right?
No, but then in question, what are the values?
See, always you should look for unique answer, right? That is the first golden rule is what you wrote. First or second golden rule. As per the question, what Sanjay told, I think it should be given as positive then. Please make that correction. Otherwise the answer is cannot be determined as told. Anything you make that correction. Either you make it as cannot be determined as you told, or make the question, change the question as positive. Positive integer. Good. Because we only stick on to positive integers, right?
So this order given is applicable to negative things also.
Yeah. Next. 27th question. Here, 27 is a very easy question. Is country X GDP higher than country Y GDP? Okay, they are asking is X greater than Y in a way, right? First statement. GDPs of countries X and Y have grown over the past 5 years at compounded annual rate at 5% and 6% respectively. X is 5% increase, Y is 6% increase compound interest rate. But no information about the initial values, right? So we cannot determine. Suppose if both of them initial value is same, then we can tell that Y is greater, but we don't know that information. Second statement alone. 5 years ago, GDP of country X was greater than that of country Y. X was greater than Y 5 years ago. But the question comes, how much greater than Y? How much greater than Y? Suppose if country X is 101, country Y is 100. It is very, very little bit greater than Y. But it is 5%, Y is 6%. Y will exceed at the end of 50 years, right? Y will exceed at the end of 50 years. But if country X and country Y difference initially was too much high, then still country X only will be the highest. It all depends upon how much greater X is greater than Y 5 years before. That also cannot give you the answer individually. Combining also individually will not give you the answer if you read the statement. Understanding, right? So answer is cannot be determined unique. Because in the second statement we don't know how much greater. They are just telling 5 years ago country X was higher than that of Y. How much higher it was? Only little bit higher or too much higher? We don't have any information about it. Clear? 28th one. 28th one. What is the value of x? What is the value of x? Statement 1 alone is x and y are unequal positive integers less than 10, and x by y is an odd integer. X and y are positive integers less than 10. Positive even integers is given. Positive even integers less than 10, and they are not equal. So x and y, it can be 2, 4, 6 or 8. It can be 2, 4, 6 or 8. And they are also telling that x by y is an odd integer. X by y is an odd integer. See here. If I take this 4 by 2, I am talking about x by y. 2 by 4 is not odd. 2 by 6 not odd. 2 by 8 not odd. Right? 4 by 2 is even. 4 by 2 is 2.
2 by 6.
2 by 2 is fraction, right? Can a fraction be an even and odd integer? No. Right? 4 by 2 is 2. It is an even number. 4 by 6, 4 by 8 will give you fraction. Ruled out. 6 by 2 is 3. That is one possibility. X by y can be 6 by 2. 6 by 2 is 3, which is an odd integer. 6 by 4 fraction. 6 by 8 fraction. 8 by 2 is 4, even. 8 by 4 is 2, even. 8 by 6 is fraction. The only possibility is x is equal to 6 and y is equal to 2. This is the only unique value that you will get for x and y. Statement 1 alone is giving you the answer. Right? Statement 1 alone is giving you the answer. Similarly, please see the second statement. What is your second statement? Second statement alone is x and y are even integers, each less than 10, and product of x and y is 12. Same condition. X and y are even integers less than 10. So it can be 2, 4, 6, 8. Product is, how much they have given? 12. Product is 12. So it can be 2 into 6 is 12 or 6 into 2 is 12. 6 into 2 is 12. You are getting multiple answers. Statement 1 alone is giving you answer. Statement 2 alone is not giving you answer. Option A. Why combining? What is the direction?
Okay, it is not giving.
Mark option A if one of the statement is sufficient and the other statement is not sufficient. Clear? 29th one. See here, 29th, very easy. On a given day, a boat ferried 1500 passengers across the river in 12 hours. How many round trips did it make? Statement 1 alone is telling the boat can carry 200 passengers at any time. What is the meaning of it can carry 200 passengers? Maximum number of people it can carry 200. That does not mean that every time it will carry 200, right? It can carry 200. That does not mean that it will always carry 200 only, right? It can be less than 200, 150, 100, anything. Depending on those numbers, we can find how many times. But those numbers are not known for us. Statement 1 is ruled out. Similarly, statement 2. It takes 40 minutes each way and 20 minutes of waiting time at each terminal. That means for one time traveling, it will take 1 hour. 40 minutes traveling, 20 minutes waiting. It will take 1 hour. For one time, it will take 1 hour, and it is done for 12 hours. How many times it would have traveled? 12 times. They are not asking about the number of people in the question. They are asking how many trips has been traveled in the question, right? You need not worry how many people are there in those 12 trips. They are just telling one way it is 1 hour, 40 minutes traveling, 20 minutes waiting. From here to there I will take 1 hour finally. From there to here again 1 hour. From here to there 1 hour. In one day I traveled like that for 12 hours. 12 hours means 12 times. 1 hour is 1 time. That's all. 12 times. You are getting a unique answer. Option is statement A. That means option A. Statement 1 is not sufficient. Statement 2 is sufficient. Clear, right? You have doubt? Please ask me if you have doubts. No? 30th one. Again, very simple question. What will be the time for downloading software? They are asking the time. What will be the time for downloading the software? Statement 1 alone is transfer rate is 6 kilobytes per second. For 1 second it will transfer 6 KB. For how many seconds is the question? We don't know the size. Right? Statement 1 alone is ruled out. Statement 2 alone. The size of the software is 4.5 megabytes. 4.5 MB is the size. But we don't know the transfer rate now. Because when you are taking statement 2 alone, statement 1 does not exist. That is also ruled out. After you combine, you have both the statements. Both the statements will give you the answer.
But they should define these terms now.
Yeah.
Kilobytes, megabytes.
We don't know.
Yeah,
No.
We don't know that 1 megabyte is. Suppose a student with no computer awareness is writing.
Okay.
No kilo.
If you ask like that, 1 minute, 1 minute. If you ask like that, you cannot answer any question in the sheet. Suppose, I don't know how to go in a boat. What is the meaning of passengers? I don't know. What is the meaning of every term we need to define if you ask like that.
I am correlating this with one question which we did in DI. Anil sir had taken a question on cricket DI.
Right.
Strike rate.
That is what I am telling. See, if they mention it is good enough. If they don't mention some things, it is common sense. Right. If you ask like that, no question can be answered. No question can be answered. If you ask x and y, 1 minute, x and y are unequal positive integers. What is the meaning of unequal? I am weak in English. You cannot answer. Right. What is the meaning of positive even integers? I did not study mathematics. You cannot answer. Like that, everything there will be a debate. Right. Minimum common sense you need to take it. If they give, well and good. If they don't give, nothing.
Sir, but correct question, it was talking of a relation between kilobytes and megabytes. Not the meaning of mathematical. There is no relation.
That is what I am saying. Hold on, sir. Hold on. Please. We will have a discussion. 1 minute, Rakshit. We together will have a discussion. Please don't discuss among yourselves. Tell me.
We are not talking about the meaning of a word, no, sir. We are talking about the relation between mathematical relation between kilobytes and megabytes.
That is what I am telling. If they give, actually, what he said is right. They should give. If they don't give, at least you should know that basic common sense. Because basic common sense should be known to solve a data sufficiency question. See, I cannot tell that you don't know what is an integer. That is a basic common sense. They will not define what is the relationship between integer and a whole number. Will they define in the question? No. That is a basic common sense.
Then that way, even time in South America will be 8 hours minus of.
But they are local time.
How will you know that?
Common sense.
That is general.
You go 8 hours behind.
You know 8 hours. Everyone should know, right?
No.
See, some terminologies are very famous terminologies that you need to know. Some terminologies, it all depends. Actually, what you are telling, I agree with that. Actually, the relation should be given. If it is not given, that is a common sense. Understanding? I am not telling that you are wrong. You are right actually, but we cannot do anything. That is what I am telling. Clear? Let us come back.
No, sir, in kilo is actually mathematically 10 power 3 and mega is 10 power 6. Milli is 10 power minus 3. I mean,
There is
mathematically they are different.
mathematical
When you are writing count, you must have
I don't know what I'm supporting you.
So you are supporting me or you are debating me?
debating with
For me, 10 to the power minus 15.
Like meter per second and
If
kilometer
I'm
per
placed
hour.
in the square 15,
Like meter per second and kilometer per hour, you obviously.
That is what I am telling. Some needs to be known. Some needs to be known.
Even if it
At
is
least these are all mathematical terminology that Rakshit is telling. Because kilo is nothing but 10 power 3. Mega is 10 power 6. Those things you need to know.
Nano is 10 to the power minus 9.
Okay, let us solve it.
Factor is to the power 15.
Clear? I agree with your point, but disagree in a way.
Delta.
Okay?
Yoto.
Next. 31st question. See here. Before solving 31st, let us solve 32nd question. 32nd question. Two friends, Ram and Gopal. Two friends. Okay. Let us come back. Two friends, Ram and Gopal, bought apples from a wholesale dealer. How many apples did they buy? How many apples did they buy? First statement alone is telling you. Ram bought one half of the apples that Gopal bought. That means they are telling R is equal to 1 by 2G. So from this you cannot determine how many apples did they purchase. So there is no relation. You will only get the ratio. Statement 1 and 1 is ruled out. The wholesaler, second statement. The wholesale dealer had a stock of 500 apples. I had 500 apples. That does not mean that you purchased 500 from me, right? You might have purchased 300 or all 500. From there, depending on the assumption, we will get different answers. Second statement also ruled out. Even if I combine also, Ram is buying half of what Gopal bought, and totally there are 500 apples, but we don't know how many was purchased, right? Even if you combine also, you will never get the answer. Answer is option D. Like this, you will get so many easy questions.
So 31.
31 else one.
What is wrong with it?
Cannot be done by now.
नहीं,
इसका 32.
31 का 31 का sorry
32.
31, see here. 32 is what we solved right now. Let us solve 31. 32 is option D, sir. 31. A square is inscribed in a circle. What is the difference between the area of the square and that of the area of the circle and that of the square? See here.
See.
A square is inscribed in a circle. There is a circle. Diagram is not drawn to the scale. This is a square that you need to assume because I am not writing the diagram properly. Right? A square is inscribed in a circle. Please don't discuss when the problem is being discussed there. Everyone will be under problem. Okay? See here. A square is inscribed in a circle. What is the difference between area of the circle and area of the square? Area of circle and area of the square. Diameter of the circle is 25 root 2. See here. What is the diameter of the circle? This is nothing but the diameter of the circle. Is it not the diameter of the square also?
Yes.
Right? That means the
Diagonal.
diameter of the circle and diagonal of the square or diameter, whatever it is. Diameter of circle and diagonal of square, both are same. Right? Both are same. From the first statement we identified this. See here. Diameter of the circle is 25 root 2. This value is given as 25 root 2. If this is 25 root 2, square is nothing but this is 90 degrees. Right? This will be 25, this will be 25. This will be 25. Right? You know the sides. Can you find the area of the square?
Yes.
You can find the area of the square. You know the diameter of the circle. From there you can find radius of circle and you can find the area of circle. You can find the difference. You will get a unique value. Statement 1 alone is sufficient to answer the question. If I go for statement 2 alone, side of the square is 25. Now this is given in the question. This is given. I can find diameter. I can find diameter of the square. That is nothing but the diameter of circle also. Right? From there you will again get a unique answer. You will get areas of both square and circle. From there you will get the difference. Statement 2 alone is also sufficient. Both the individual statements are together are sufficient to answer the question. What should be the answer option? Option B. Answer option is option B. Right? Key point in the question is these two are same. That is what needs to be understood.
Sir, like this if we take suppose the diameter is the square is inside the circle but it is not exactly touching the circle.
That is not given right.
Inscribed.
It can be any possibility is what you are telling.
Yes, sir.
Square is inscribed in a circle. If it is inscribed, it is always touching. Please underline that word inscribed. It is not like square is inside the circle. Inside is different, inscribed is different. 2002 cat. Again the directions are same. 33rd question. 33rd question. See here. 33rd can easily be answered without using pen. 33rd. In a hockey match, the Indian team was behind 2 goals with 5 minutes remaining. Indian team was behind 2 goals with 5 minutes remaining. Statement 1 alone says that Deepak Thakur, the Indian striker, scored 3 goals in the last 5 minutes of the match. In the last 5 minutes, he is scoring 3 goals, and we were behind by 2 goals. So will we win the match? Actual question is in the next page. Will they win the match is the question, right? Will they win the match?
May or may not.
May or may not be, because if no other person scores in the opposite team, then we will win the match. If no information is given about the opposition team, they also might score the goals in the last 5 minutes, right? That information is not given. So statement 1 alone will give you multiple answers. First statement is ruled out. If you see the second statement alone, Korea scored a total of 3 goals in the match. Korea is scoring totally 3 goals in the match, right? That means if you read the question properly, your question is telling India was behind 2 goals with 5 minutes remaining. That means if I talk about the 5 minutes, last 5 minutes part, totally Korea scored how many goals given in the question? 3 goals. India were behind by 2 goals. If totally they scored 3 goals, India was 1 goal at that point of time. Or it can also be, this is the 5 minutes before. At the end of the game, this can be the situation. Or it can be 2-3, or it can be 3-3, anything can be situation, or it can be 4-3, because in the second statement, nothing is given about how many India is scoring. how many India is scoring, right? They are telling that last 5 minutes the difference was 2 goals. By the end of the game, the same thing was maybe there. Or India might have scored 1 more goal extra, 2 more goal extra, 3 more goal extra. Here they are losing the match. You are telling the answer as no. Here they are winning the match. You are telling the answer as yes. Again, multiple answer. Understanding, right? Now, if I combine both the statements, what is the first statement? Deepak Thakur, the Indian striker, scored 3 goals in the last 5 minutes of the match. Okay. Combining. If I combine both the statements, let us see the last 5 minute situation first. Then we'll come to the end of the match. Last 5 minute situation. Will be. Actually, they are telling the difference of 2 goals. There should be a difference of 2 goals. It can be 0-2, or it can be 1-3, or it can be 2-4. It can be any of these possibilities. But the second statement says that Korea scored a total of 3. So this is eliminated. Right? This is eliminated. This is the situation last 5 minutes before. Understanding, right? This is the situation last 5 minutes before. But read the question. They are telling that here, if you observe, now at the end of the match, Deepak scored 3 goals at the last 5 minutes. That means 3 goals if he scores, it becomes 3-3 or 3-2. It can be anything. But the end, Korea scored 3 goals. That is what is given in the question. It becomes 3-3. In this case, if 3 goals are scored in the last 5 minutes, it becomes 4-3. Here it is a draw. Here it is a win. Again, you are getting multiple answers. Answer is cannot be determined here. What?
Can you please
Explain once again. Till where you understood, Satish?
Sir, last minute 1-3.
This you understood? I am telling only about the second statement alone. In this case, right? I am taking second statement alone. Second statement says Korea scored a total of 3 goals in the match. See here. I am first talking about the last 5 minute situation. The gap should be 2 between Korea and India, right? Gap should be 2. 1-3 is 2, right? Listen to this. When I am explaining, you are seeing the sheet. Please see here. The difference is 2 here.
The match is between India and Korea, sir.
That's what I am taking, right? Okay. See here. Last 5 minutes, this is the situation, right? Gap should be 2. This can be the final situation also. No one scored in the last 5 minutes. This is one case. Or India scored 1 more extra goal. India scored 2 extra goals. India scored 3 extra goals. Here you are telling the answer as India did not win. No is the answer. India won. Yes is the answer. Multiple answer. Statement 2 rolled out. If I combine last 5 minutes, gap should be 2 goals. It can be 0-2, 1-3, 2-4, anything. But 2-4 is eliminated because the second statement says Korea scored only 3 goals in the match. Right? 2-4 is nothing but India 2, Korea 4. Korea cannot score 4 according to the second statement. Right? These are the only 2 possibilities. This is 5 minutes before. At the end of the match, Korea scored 3 goals. Second statement. Make it as 3. Deepak scored 3 goals in the last 5 minutes. Deepak scored 3. This is a draw match. Korea scored 3. If I take this situation, 1 was the goal initially. Before last 5 minutes, 1 goal had been scored by India. Last 5 minutes again Deepak will score 3 more. 1 plus 3 is 4. This is a win situation. Multiple answers. Clear everyone? 34. Is x is equal to y? Is x equal to y? Statement 1 alone. X plus y into 1 by x plus 1 by y is equal to 4. One way to identify is simplify, take LCM and do all the simplification. You will get equal to 4. That is one way. Other way is x is equal to y is the question. Just check, substitute x is equal to y and check whether it is satisfying. If I substitute x is equal to y, y plus y is 2y. It is 2y. 1 by y plus 1 by y is 2 by y. Y and y cancels. 2 into 2 is 4. You take any value, this will satisfy. Understanding, right? Statement. Clear, Sanjay?
But can you make sure that
that is what I told first thing. You take LCM and simplify, you will never get the answer. You take fractional value, you take negative integers, whatever you take, you will still get the answer. Suppose you take x is equal to 3. 1 minute. You take x is equal to 3. 3 plus 3 is 3 into 2. I will not write it as 6. 3 into 2. 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 is 2 by 3. 3 will cancel. Again you are left with 2 into 2. 4.
I am asking unequal values will not satisfy this equation. Can we guarantee that?
See, if what is the main question is x is equal to y only, that is the question. What is that you need to do? You need to take some values of x and y. That values of x and y can be any domain because nothing is mentioned. You take any domain, you satisfy what is given in asked in the question.
But
We
we
are not.
can take unequal values also to prove wrong.
With unequal values.
So proof.
So prove, that is what sir is saying.
That is what I am telling. See, what I am telling is, you take any other value. You take whatever the value you want, substitute here. This will satisfy, and those values you substitute in the main question, right? Suppose here, you take some other values, 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. So you write it as 2 plus 3. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3, you will get some other value. How much you will get? 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 is 5 by 6. Here you got 5. Here you got 5 by 6. What will be the answer here? No you will get. Is no not a unique answer? What is an each question? You should always tell the answer as yes. You should always tell the answer as no. Why are you taking no as a negative word? That is the first statement what I took in the second question.
Sir, just now you saw
But-
the equation, it is x
but
minus
here we
y
are
whole
taking-
But
square
we are
equal
getting
to
x equal to y.
For his question I am answering. Suppose, see, what is C? I am not interested whether left hand side is equal to right hand
I
side.
am not asking that, sir. Can you suppose 2 and 3 does not satisfy? Suppose there exist some unequal values which satisfy this condition.
Then you will get the answer as yes, right? Or you will get the answer as no, right? What are the only two answers that you will get for an each question?
But we should get one definite answer.
That is what I am telling him.
No, but for the same
Only one answer you will get. Either you will get yes as the answer or you will get no as the answer.
But for the same thing you will get yes, and same thing you will get no.
Which same thing? You tell some value. That is where your learning will be effective. You tell some value. Think about it and tell it. You tell some value.
And I am just asking you whether
There might be some
Sanjay,
other
it is the
unequal
same
values.
equation, sir, so x minus y whole square equal to 0, x equal to
Exactly similar to that question. You remember one question we solved? X plus y whole square is equal to 4xy something? Exactly similar to that question.
Actually, my friend is
Understanding? Clear, right? That means all the values which will satisfy, you will get a unique answer. That is your first statement, right? If you see the second statement alone, where is that question? Second statement. B. X minus 50 whole square equal to y minus 50 whole square. See here. Now you will have a debate. Suppose if I take x is equal to 25, y is equal to 25, y is equal to 75. In fact, y is equal to 75. 25 minus 50 is minus 25. Minus 25 whole square is 25 square only, right? 75 minus 50 is also 25. 25 square is equal to 25 square. Is x is equal to y? No. You are telling the answer as no. You are telling the answer as no. If you take x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0, 0 minus 50 is minus 50 whole square. 0 minus 50 is minus 50 whole square. Is x is equal to y? Yes. You are telling the answer as yes. No and yes, multiple answers. Second, understanding, right?
Yes, yes.
Second statement alone will not give you the answer. First statement alone will give you the answer. Option is option. Sanjay, clear?
even you solve to also no sir, it will form a quadratic equation.
From
X
there you
minus
should
y
get it.
whole square, x equals to y only. There cannot exist any unequal values.
Unequal value.
Hello, where?
This equation and the equation what we solved before, both are same. If you take LCM and simplify, you will identify. X plus y, LCM is xy. It becomes again x plus y in the numerator. X plus y whole square is 4xy. X plus y whole square, if you expand, you will get 2xy minus 4xy minus 2xy. Understanding? X minus y whole square is 0. X minus y whole square is 0 means x is equal to 34th done. 35th question. Is mod of x minus 2. Is mod of x minus 2 less than 1? Statement 1 alone says that mod x is less than 1. See here, mod x is less than 1 means x lies between minus 1 to plus 1. Right? X lies between minus 1 to plus 1. What is the value which will satisfy from minus 1 to plus 1?
0.
0. If I substitute x is equal to 0, is
No.
mod of 0 minus 2 less than 1. 0 minus 2 is minus 1. Is mod 2 less than 1? No. You are getting a unique answer because there is only one value which will satisfy. That means statement
decimal
1.
values also.
Sorry?
You can take
Decimal values also you can take. Suppose if you take any decimal values also, still you will get no only, right?
No.
Still you will get no. Statement 1 alone is sufficient. Suppose if I go for second statement, mod of x minus 1 is less than 2. Mod of x minus 1 is less than 2. See here. Mod of x minus 1 is less than 2. That means x minus 1 lies between minus 2 to plus 2. It becomes x minus 2 less than x minus 1.
Minus 1
So
and 3.
if so it becomes minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1, right? Similarly, if I shift this minus 1 this side, it will become plus 3. Minus 1 less than x less than 3, right? What are the values of x which will satisfy? X can be 0, 1 and 2. Substitute there. 0. If I substitute 0, already you got it as no from the previous case. X is equal to 1. Is 1 minus 2 less than 1? Mod 1 minus 2 is minus 1. Is minus 1 less than 1? Or mod of minus 1 is plus 1. Is 1 less than 1?
No.
Again you are telling the answer as no.
No.
2. Is 2 minus 2 less than 1? 0 less than 1. Is 0 less than 1?
Yes.
Right? That means you are telling multiple answers. First statement is giving you a unique answer. Second statement is not giving you the unique answer. Only one statement out of two is giving. Option E. It all depends upon the direction, sir. Direction is what you need to read properly to mark your answer option. Clear? Question 36. Thirty-sixth one. See here. People in a club speak either French. Thirty-sixth one. People in a club speak either French or Russian or both. Find the number of people in a club who speak only French. Statement 1 alone is there are 300 people in the club and the number of people who speak both French and Russian is 196. Suppose if you use Venn diagram, this is French and Russian. Total number of people given in the first statement is 300. Number of people who speak both is 196. Can I tell how many are French only? I cannot tell. The first statement is ruled out. Second statement, number of people who speak only Russian is 58. This is given as 58. But this and this are not given if I take uniquely second statement alone, right? Because second statement alone means first statement does not exist. If I combine, 300 people are there, 196 are both. So how much is this? 58 is what is given, only Russian. So it is something, if I call it as x plus 196 plus 58 should give me totally 300. X will give a unique value. Answer is after combining is nothing but options.